So, ladies and gentlemen, this interview is brought to you by Burn Up Coaching and the 21-Day Challenge. And if you are an entrepreneur or high achiever and you have been stuck, plateaued, spinning your wheels, and you're committed to bursting through your BS, your resistance, your limiting beliefs and blocks, and taking action to succeed like never before, the 21-Day Challenge, very intense, might be a great fit for you. So what will happen is every day we'll have check-ins, we'll have weekly deep dive calls where you can uncover those self-sabotaging and limiting programming beliefs, and then at the end of 21 days you are achieving your top goal, your number one goal. So that's a 21-day challenge. If you're interested, send me a message. I will send you the intake form and see if it's a good fit for you. Again, it's very intense. It's not for everyone, so would look forward to hearing from you and seeing if that's a good fit. Thank you very much. And for the iTunes review of the week, it's left by Bree Seeley. Bree says, "Thank you, Chris. Chris is a brilliant light in the world. His energy and enthusiasm is palpable. So grateful he started this podcast to share it with more people." Bree, thank you so much for sharing that. And if you are someone who wants to leave a review, you can do that by searching Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self on iTunes, or you can go to beyourgps.com/iTunes and it will take you there, or you can type in Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self on Facebook and you can leave us a review there. Thank you in advance for doing that. We appreciate you letting us know how we're doing on the show, how we can improve and grow and make it even better for you. Now for the woman of the hour, Joanne Antoun. As a highly sought-after speaker in the field of personal growth, consciousness, and evolved leadership, Joanne has been helping people reach their dreams and live their best possible lives, yes, for almost 20 years. Joanne offers in-depth personal transformation to her clients, helping them break free of whatever issues are holding them back. Bringing a highly intuitive and in-depth spiritual perspective into everything she does, Joanne is responsible for helping thousands of people transform their lives in extraordinary ways. Through her remarkable healing gifts and incredible insight, Joanne created CTC, the 2-hour life-transforming combined therapy cocktail, which, mind you, at its birth, stood for Cut the Crap. If you and your team know that where you are and how you feel isn't how you want things to stay, then Joanne's guidance is what you need, what you have been looking for to set you free and have you finally living life to your fullest potential. And I definitely cannot wait to find out more. So, Joanne, are you ready to rock this?
I sure am. Hey, Chris, how you going? Hey, everybody.
Doing awesome. Thank you so much for coming on to the 12-hour marathon, dedicating some time to share with our audience and our podcast how you're doing this, the CTC, and everything that you're up to. So amazing. Thank you so much, Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. And it's my morning here in Australia, your evening, I believe.
It's 4 o'clock going into the evening. Yes.
4 o'clock. Fantastic.
Yes.
So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to dive into more about how this all works. I love learning. I know my audience loves learning as well, and getting new ideas and understanding how they can transcend their blocks and limitations and things that have kept them stuck. Before we go there, we ask every guest who comes on the show about the theme of the day, which today is reflection. So, Joanne, how has this concept of reflection played a part in your life, in your growth, in your development, in your impact in the world? Reflection, what difference has it made for you?
I'd have to say it's made all the difference, because when we reflect on where we've been, when we reflect on what is going on for us in our current moment, that's where all the learning really is. We don't actually learn through the good times, good times are great, right? But we're just so busy enjoying how, being in flow and everything's feeling fabulous. We're not actually learning anything. Whereas when we have a challenge, and challenges are our greatest teachers, right? So when we have a challenge, we're forced to basically sit back on our butt and go, oh my God, why me? Why is it happening?
Yes.
That's when we take the inward journey. We are, guided inwards, and we come out of that experience stronger. You'll never learn strength unless you're put in a situation where you need to be strong, and you'll never learn courage unless you need to be courageous. Yeah. So our challenges are our greatest teachers, and sometimes it's difficult to see the lesson when you're in it. Yeah. But when you come out of the experience and you reflect on it, you see the gift that it actually was, because nothing happens to us, it happens for us.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I think, look, it's a discipline. I certainly am not the person I was 30 years ago, without a doubt. a lot wiser now, thankfully. But I think now, for me personally, the moment, and I have a lot of challenges. I have had many challenges in my life, but they have made me the incredible person that I am, and the person that is able to help so many and come from a space of understanding. But the moment I have a challenge these days, I stop and I look up, because I go, right, I know where it's coming from, right? Yeah. So I go, all right, bring it on. Let's do this today, because I will not be in this space tomorrow. That is how I approach every challenge. Wow. Because I choose to not lose power to it. I went through an experience many years ago, and I know that I made the monster bigger than it needed to be. Wow. And I spent 10 years, let's say it's a 10-year situation, right? That was 9 years, 364 days too long for my liking. So now we do it in a day. So basically, what is it I need to learn from this experience? Show me, guide me, help me, because I will not be in this space tomorrow. And that's what I do. I move through things exceptionally quickly. But like I said, it's become a discipline. It's not how I was 30 years ago.
Wow. So amazing. I love it. I love how deep you are, and especially, the quick transformation, the rapid transformation. I think that's what we're all seeking for. It's like, how do I get there faster, And that you created a solution for that, and you supply that in the world. Like, thank you for doing that. Thank you for developing yourself to be able to deliver it, not only yourself, but also to certify other coaches and people to be able to deliver it themselves. So I love that you're making a huge impact in thousands of people's lives. So let's dive into more about the CTC and what that is and what you're working on today.
Okay, so stemming obviously from challenges, right? So everybody has challenges and crap that they need to get through. Totally. And the typical areas, I want to get in there, clean up, and get out quickly, right? That's just my rule. It's how I live. Yes. And it's interesting, because a lot of people will say to me, but that's poor business. You want to see people, if you see people half a dozen times, I go, no, 2 hours, right? If I can do it in 2 hours, I want to do it in 2 hours. And if I can do it in an hour, I'll do it in an hour. Right. But it came from recognizing that so many people were caught up and stuck in their challenges, and they are ultimately self-imposed. We have experiences that we've gone through, but nothing has any meaning other than the meaning that we give it. Right. And if you give something a negative meaning and you put a whole lot of your energy, invest a lot of your energy into that being a truth for you, it is going to cost you greatly and attract to yourself recurring patterns in your life that just keep on proving that particular emotion, or the feeling of not being good enough, as an example. So with CTC, many years ago, I have for a long time been a trainer of NLP, EFT, Reiki, energy work, hypnosis, various modalities. And when I was seeing clients for just one thing at a time, it wasn't giving the transformation I wanted. They're great processes, they're great modalities without a doubt. It just wasn't doing what I wanted for my client or creating that lasting change. So I basically pulled the best bits out of everything, mixed, mashed, reinvented, and created what is now known as combined therapy cocktail, but it was cut the crap. Because I would say to people, let's just cut that crap. Like, get on with it. Yes. And so most people prefer that title, except I created the International Institute of Combined Therapy Cocktail, and the International Institute of Cut the Crap wasn't quite doing it. And
it's a little not tactful as you'd like it to be.
That's exactly right. So in the therapy, in 2 hours, we free people of limiting beliefs, negative emotions, fears, phobias, whatever is holding you back. And the idea is that the client writes a list in point form of what they believe their issues to be. And from there's a whole lot of intuitive work. I'm digging deep. I want to know your root cause, your blockages, your themes, your patterns, what I need to do, what I need to shift from the moment of creation that is going to change everything for you. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I've been doing this for a long time now. CTC has been around for 20 years. Wow. And the root cause for everybody's crap is a feeling of not being enough, not being enough for everybody. But we have different drivers. So the driver for one person might be that they live it by playing out this constant need to please, or a need to prove themselves, or a fear of being incorrectly judged. So that's always that underlying thing that they're playing. But no matter what the issue is, no matter what your story is, no matter what you've listed, all that crap that you think you have, it's going to come back to that moment in time where you had a moment where you thought, oh, shit, I'm not good enough. And the interesting thing is, it doesn't mean it has to be something massive. It's always when you're very young. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's something big, bad, and ugly that happened. But it's a moment, a moment where you had a thought with a strong enough feeling. And when you have a thought with a strong enough feeling, we know what fires together, wires together, right? So you have that thought, that feeling, and then that thought, that feeling happens again, and that thought, that feeling happens again and again. You've now created this super highway in your brain, a pattern, a program that you continue to live by. But here's the thing, it's not the truth. It was your perception in that moment that created that pattern for you. But it's not necessarily true. It's in you. That feeling is in you, and it might be driving you, but it's not you. It's not you in your truth.
So let's cut that crap out and get it out of us. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Absolutely.
I love this. I love this, Joanne.
Just dump it. Shit.
Yeah, no more. So let's dive back into the journey, because we want to know, you created this awesome technology and process to do this. Let's go back into the past. You mentioned something about a 10-year process that was difficult, that you were dealing with stuff. So, take us back to some of the challenges and the wisdom that you got from your journey to get to where we are today.
Okay, well, it all started back the moment I was born. All right, I've been very intuitive my entire life. Born with this gift of hearing, seeing, feeling, sensing, knowing. The whole lot was very open for me. And I was born into a family. I now know I'm a pretty intelligent woman, right? And I chose that situation. I don't know why, but I chose it. So I was born into a family that didn't understand or accept it. And I, as a young child, I was too scared to go to sleep because I would have premonitions, and too scared to lay in bed with my eyes open because I had 3 men in my room every night. One of them was in my face telling me what was about to happen. It was never good. It was death, illness, accidents. That's all I saw as a child. One would be pacing my room and one would be sitting at the end of the bed. That was my childhood. And I would pray for it to go away. I went through a phase where I hated God, because I'm praying, I'm doing the right things, right? I am doing the sign of the cross, I am praying, and you're not taking this away. I tried the Bewitched, the shows that were on television at the time. I Dream of Jeannie. I did everything I could to make this stuff stop. And it wouldn't. But the beautiful lesson upon reflection, that's our theme, reflection, right? The beautiful lesson in that is what you fear the most offers you the most. That the resistance is actually the assistance. That when you face the fear and move through it, then that scary wolf becomes a puppy dog that brings you your slippers. Yeah, it was a difficult time, but looking back, I learned so much. So then in my late teens, this woman, a stranger to me, grabs me and she says to me, I know who you are. Grasp what you fear and stop running from who you are. And I obviously something had resonated with me, but it scared the crap out of me. And for a couple of weeks, all I could hear is her words in my head. And I remember going outside, and I won't say to you exactly what I said because I swore. But I put my hands up to the heavens and I said, if this is what you freaking want for me, bring it on. I'm done. Bring it on. And that night I saw angels.
Wow.
That night I saw beautiful things. And that's where my quote, what you fear the most offers you the most, of that actually stemmed from that moment, because I stopped being afraid and everything changed. So to everybody that's listening, what you fear the most offers you the most. That thing that, the resistance is actually the assistance. It's giving you something. There's a gift in it for you. Grasp it. And I promise you, in that moment, you don't have to wait months. In that moment, everything changes because you are looking at it from a very different perspective. Then I've had many challenges and situations. Some of them have been health, others have been personal, community, because I was very different. And this is the analogy that I use in my trainings around being stuck in a situation that was 9 years, 364 days too long, right? I figured if I could be louder than the other person, if I could be angrier than the other person, if I could step into their face before they stepped into my face, that I would win the battle, right?
Wow.
And it was all wrong.
I can't even imagine you angry. I just see you as this like nice woman who's so soft and kind and compassionate.
Well, it's who I am now, but this is the shadow, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I had to go through that to be who I am today.
Wow.
And I realized that I was feeding this monster, that I was making it bigger, that it wasn't going to stop because I wasn't changing. It took a long time, right? But that's what I was doing. So I sat down one night and I decided that I would I couldn't say the word love, I will admit. Love was hard for me to say, but I said light. And I know it's the same thing, but I sat there for half an hour and I allowed this light to flow through me. And I asked this light to radiate and touch the hearts and souls of all those who were involved in this situation. And that's all I did. And in half an hour, I opened my eyes and I was in a different world. Wow. It was completely different. And did they change? No, they just found someone else to pick on maybe. But, for me, I moved from this vibration where I was attracting this quality of life and people to this vibration up here.
Wow.
And never again was anything like that part of my world. Wow. It was half an hour, maybe even less, but my whole life changed. I woke up somewhere different.
Wow. What was it that was so aligned or so powerful, so penetrating about your energy, your being, your action, your desire, your intention that caused that permanent transformation?
Heart. The power of the heart. I was head before, I'll get you. It was never revenge. I never did anything horrible. No. But it was just standing my ground. I'm an Aries, right? I was that fire sign standing my ground. Right. But when I came into my heart, I moved to this whole other level. And I made a promise to myself. And I think this is a bit of advice I give everybody. We as humans, I know we have this thing called free will and choice, right? But sometimes it sucks because you get to choose anything you want. You can choose hate, you can choose anger, you can choose frustration, you can choose positive, you can choose negative, you can choose anything. And often we fall into a space where we choose these other low vibration thoughts and feelings. For me, the only thing that exists is peace. If peace is the only thing that exists, where are you going to live? So choose peace as though peace is all there is, because then no matter what is going on in your world, you will be in a space of peace. So I've gone from being that woman to somebody in peace. And what's really beautiful, the gift in that, is that it doesn't stop there. You see with absolute clarity. You see more than most people because you're just coming from this space of peace, and there's clarity, there's the messages, the guidance, the miracles are a part of my reality. That they are real. I mean, there's never nothing happening. Nothing happens by chance. And there is a message, a learning, a blessing, a miracle in everything. Even those things that we perceive as challenging. They're the real blessing.
Wow. I love it. So you grew through this part of your life. You learned to stop running from the fight, right? You stopped fighting and bringing that fear and negativity with you. And then at some point you started the CTC. What was that like, the journey of starting that and creating that until now? Okay,
so that was me saying yes to the universe, right? Because I thought I'd outsmart the universe, being the intelligent woman that I am. I became a beauty therapist, so I was doing the holiday and doing that. I'm doing this. Right. But what I didn't think about was the fact that every time I placed my hands on somebody, I'd get messages for them. So I was kind of being pushed that way anyway. So when I finally said yes, I did a lot of my own personal development work. But that too felt like it happened in half an hour, like it happened overnight. I said yes. That's all I did. I said yes, and everything came to me because there was an alignment. The moment, the universe was just waiting for me to say yes. That's all it was. The moment you say yes, the floodgates will open. And then all you need to do is be aware of what's being offered to you and say yes again. I never, I'm like, I mean, the therapy itself, you know, it was all about giving people, transforming lives and giving people everything that they needed and helping them to manage their power, to be more present in everything that they do and make more empowered choices. So, you know, my goal was to give the client everything that they needed. I didn't plan on teaching it. I didn't plan on being where I am right now. I just said yes.
You just took one step at a time.
Yeah, you're like, want me to? Okay, all right, we'll teach this. Yeah, we'll create an institute. I was so busy doing it. I had people flying from all over to see me in person. I mean, thankfully, the session is just as effective, you know, online via Skype, Zoom, as it is in person. So that part of the business has changed dramatically. 90% of my clients are online, but you know, initially I said yes, and I was so busy doing the work that I didn't think about teaching. When that came up, I said yes. And the universe is always knocking on your door. They're always guiding you. There's always that little whole like, psst, left, psst. If you ignore it enough, the slap gets a bit hard.
How do we listen better? How do we listen to that intuition, into our higher self, and that divine guidance even better?
For me personally, it's being in that space of peace all the time. But until you master that, it's meditation. It's, you know, the stillness, getting out of your daily grind. But here's the thing with meditation. I have clients that say to me, oh, look, I'm highly spiritual. I meditate, you know, every morning. I work with my affirmations. I do yoga once a week. And I go, I don't care about all that. You do half an hour of meditating. Tell me what the other 23 and a half hours of your day are like, and I'll tell you what your life looks like, because, love, you're on my couch. You know, you're here for a reason. Right. And too many people visit meditation. Could you imagine, like, you come out of the room, you just finished meditating, right? You slam the door because the dishwasher's not packed. The kids have been noisy whilst you've been trying to meditate or what have you. It's about bringing it into your daily life, not visiting it. Wow. And you need to remember, bring it into your daily life, because it is who you are meant to be 24/7. And until you master that, there's always going to be this incongruency. And when there's an incongruency with any aspect of ourselves and our life, we're caught in a tug of war. And when you are in this tug of war, you're being pushed and pulled, but you can't move forward. Wow. And the therapy, a big chunk of the therapy, obviously, is not only freeing you of all the bullshit and the crap that has held you back from the root cause, but it's about getting your energy here in present time and getting rid of this incongruency. In the 20 years that I've been doing this, and prior with all the other modalities, people would write their list, and a lot of people have fear of failure on their list, but no one has the fear of success on their list. But I guarantee you, if you have a fear of failure, you have a fear of success. So you think you want success, right? But underlying that block to success, the reason it hasn't happened for you, is possibly a fear of how your life might change, or a feeling of unworthy. I want it, but I feel like I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough for it. So we cannot move forward until we bring these parts together. And once they come together, then any therapy that you use has more chance of working for you.
What would you say is the difference between like a therapy and a coaching? Because we have a lot of coaches, and then we have a lot of therapists and stuff. Is there a distinction that you refer to or associate with?
No, not for me personally. I think, call it what you will. It's just a label.
Yeah.
You know, I'm focused on outcome.
Yeah, so, transformation, outcome, getting people what they want. That's beautiful.
Let's cut the crap.
Yeah.
You know, heal you of your, like, set you free of your past, heal the present moment, create the future you desire. Call it what you will.
Right.
You know, it's just cutting the crap.
Awesome. I love it. So in terms of building it up and sharing the word, spreading the word, developing it as the years went on, what were some of those challenges that you went through and wisdom you gained from that?
Look, I learned a lot along the way. There weren't any challenges because I said,
Oh.
You know, it was that whole thing, like this, the moment something comes, because I live from this principle that the moment there's a challenge, I will not be in this space tomorrow. Show me what it is I need to learn from this experience. I'm willing to learn it. Show me what it is. I do it today because I will not be in this space tomorrow. It's how I live. Wow. So the challenge comes and I go, all right, bring it on. And and I think by simply doing that, I get the answer. And too many people, and I train my therapists the same way. I mean, they are very much like me. You know, we're motivating, we're inspiring, we help people to see things very differently. But the moment we have a challenge, even with our client, okay, and you're going, oh God, what do I do with this? You know, instead of getting locked up in the what do I do? Oh my God, this is not working. How do I do it? We simply say, there's always a way. There's always a way. What is it? There's always a way. What is it? It's simple. There's always a way. What is it? And it comes. And, you know, for your listeners too, by simply saying that, it opens you up to the message, the guidance that's being offered to you in the moment, because it is always there. The only reason you feel stuck, the only reason you feel you're not hearing it is because you've not opened yourself up to it.
Wow.
It's simple. I come from the principle that it's all simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's always a way.
Yes, please. I love it. Keep it simple. Oh my gosh. So when someone comes to you and they are having an extremely difficult time, you know, like trusting themselves and you know, like they're doubtful, they're full of hesitation, what would you say is the best thing that they can do to move forward through that?
Cut the crap session.
Yes.
I'm selling CTC hard. It is the answer.
Yes.
I see miracles every day. But, you know, so you come to me, because when you come to me, you're coming with your list of what you believe your issues to be. Now, here's the thing. By simply taking the time to write your list prior to a session, that's you saying to the universe and acknowledging, I know I've got this shit going on, right? This is some of my crap and I am ready to release this. So you've spoken to me. You've made the appointment. That's a commitment to your healing, because you must accept responsibility for your own healing. You take the time to write the list. So there's stuff that's coming up. It's brewing for you because you've now written it, whether it's you sending it via email or it's an in-person session. So you're acknowledging that you're ready to let go of it. Then we get stuck into the session. And everything that I intuitively pick up, and the themes, the patterns, everything that comes up, you know, we're getting rid of from the root cause, as well as everything that's there on your list. We are setting you free. We are getting your energy back here in present time. And when you are here in present time, you feel tall, you feel strong, you feel motivated, you feel like you can take on the world. And there's this, everybody says, I step outside and everything's brighter. And it is literally, not that it's changed, but your energy field has changed. You were looking through this gunk before, right? Stuck in your energy field. Just because you can't physically see it doesn't mean it's not there. And then suddenly with it gone, you're just looking through this clear field. And in this space, you can manifest the life that you desire, because we've shifted you from this vibration to that vibration. And, you know, it's a miracle. It's nothing short of, you know, it's life-changing. It's incredible. It's empowering. And the beautiful thing is the ripple effect from that is enormous, because these people go home, they are different people. They do the work afterwards, and you're radiating a different energy. You are behaving differently in your circle of friends, your family. It's transforming their lives. And they're, through your example, transforming the lives of others. And that ripple effect is enormous.
Oh,
you know,
I love it. I love it.
I think for all of us, you've got to find your passion, live your passion, be the brightest light in the street. Now, I'm not saying humans are moths, but this is an analogy I like to use. The brightest light in the street is always the one that has the most moths around it, right? They always gravitate to the brightest light. You be you. You were born to be you. Be the brightest light that you possibly can be, and the people will come. It's about you living your authentic self, living by example, so much so that your actions speak louder than any words you might ever say.
So amazing. I love that. I love that, because it's through action, it's through demonstrating, it's through leading by example that people are able to see that, and they're like, ooh, I want what Joanne has. I want what Chris has. I love how they're showing up. I love their joy, their self-expression, their connection with people, their love, whatever that might be, and they want to know more. So by being the brightest light, it's just take care of yourself, be yourself, own yourself and your self, energy, self-expression, and then when that happens, the right people are going to come to you. The right people with the similar values, who believe in what you believe in, will come to support you. So just be you. Be yourself.
Absolutely. It's the greatest gift you can give the world.
Mm.
It really is. It's about you honoring you, free of the crap.
All
Like,
right.
all those limiting beliefs, all those things that have weighed you down, held you back, because that's the thing that gets in our way of achieving anything. It's the thing that gets in our way of success.
Mm.
Success in any aspect of our lives is all of that old stuff. So free yourself of that, be the brightest light, and, find your passion and share that with the world, because you're here right now because the world needs you to be here right now.
Mm. Mm. Amazing. I'm curious how your spiritual gifts have played into your success and your, fulfillment of this CTC and sharing it effectively. How have you seen that make a difference for you?
It's made all the difference. It's made all the difference because I say yes, and I choose to be of service. I choose to. My prayer every morning when I wake up in the morning, I always say, "Show me how to be my greatest self today." What is it? What does living the greatest version of myself look like today? And before every person, I'm connecting with the person. I'm sending love. I'm feeling a heart connection. I'm asking, to speak through me in a manner in which they will understand. Help me help them. And when you move beyond yourself, when you get out of your own way, then it makes a difference. And people feel that connection. So then more people come. And that's what elevates the business. I do a lot of public speaking. I obviously see a lot of clients. I've got the institute, so I train CTC therapists. And I just find I'm attracting to myself amazing light-filled people that want more for themselves and more for others. And it basically, hang on tight.
Yes.
Hands inside the vehicle at all times, because we're out of here.
Yes. You mentioned training these people in the CTC methodology. What did you learn in that process of training and certifying people to use it?
That's been interesting. I love teaching. But there's a whole lot of red tape, right? There's red tape, there's admin stuff, there's all the things I'm really not passionate about. But what keeps the fire burning is the means to the end, right? What keeps the fire burning is that this is to create incredible therapists. This is to, when I die, CTC stays here. I look at that and I go, oh my goodness, this was my baby. And I'm so grateful that it came through me because it was something that was drawn through me, but there are now amazing therapists out there as well. And when I go, this continues, which is really beautiful. It's the admin side of things is not my passion, without a doubt.
That's why you stick to your strengths and hire out the rest.
That's right. And, look at accounting. Accounting's probably one of the worst things on the planet for me, right, in my mind.
Yeah.
And anyone that does any accounting for me, has done any over the years, I'm constantly saying, God bless you people. Because thank God someone loves it, right?
Yes.
They're living their passion, which is awesome for me.
It's like, keep on living. You got this.
And you know what? Whatever your passion is, live it, be it, share it, and be the greatest you can be at it and teach others.
When do people come to you who don't know what their passion is, and if they do, how do you help them find that?
We could do a quick little exercise now, if you like, which will help all your listeners too.
Yes.
A really quick exercise to help you to discover what your message is to the world, right? So I want you to think of, do you like watching movies, Chris?
I do, yes.
Excellent. Okay, so can you think of your 5 or 3 absolute favorite, let's go 3, absolute favorite movies, the kind of movie that you could just watch over and over again because it does something to your heart and soul, it inspires you. What are your 3 favorite movies?
Okay, one is Doctor Strange. And that's a movie, it's like a Marvel movie, and they use like energy and cool stuff, like universal concepts. I love it. And then another one would be The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. It's a great movie. And then my third favorite, I grew up watching Terminator, so I'm gonna have to say Terminator 2.
So of those three, it's interesting because I can see a theme, but of those three, which is your absolute favorite? The one that you would go to because it awakens something within you.
Doctor Strange.
Okay. So now, what was that movie about for you? What was the key message that stood out from that for you?
The key message is that when we start off, the guy started off like cocky and thinking he knew it all and had all the answers, and he got humbled through an accident, and through his process of being available for the answer and the wisdom, he traveled and then found a master and then started learning from the master how to do like energetic spells and stuff like that, and becoming more powerful. And I just really related to him because he had all this talent and took it for granted, lost it, and then worked his way back. And I believe that I've been in similar situations where I feel like I'm really talented and like I know that I have greatness within me, but sometimes I took it for granted. And since I've been, dedicating myself to greatest possible self, I've seen so many amazing things happen in my life, and I also want to learn how to like manipulate energy and all kinds of cool stuff like that.
Yep. Awesome. Yep. Okay. So you've just given us the answer, right? So what does all that say about you, who you are, and your message to the world?
It says that no matter where you are or what happens to you, like you can work your way to whatever it is that you want to be, whatever kind of life that you want. You can be, do, and have whatever you put your mind to, and anything is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at what you're doing. I mean, even the title of your program, like Living Your Greatest Self, right?
Yes.
So, and you use the word greatest when you were talking about the show.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's just a simple way of actually working out what your message is.
Wow.
And then you come from a space where you live for that message, that everything is in alignment with that message. The only reason we connect to movies and books and stories is because it's speaking to us at a subconscious level.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it. So everyone who is listening right now, they can look at their 3 or 5 top favorite movies and then figure out what's the top one. And then, okay, what is it about that calls to you? What is it about that it inspires you? And then they can say that. And then once we get that, then we can pull that essence and say, what's the theme of that? What's the lesson? What's the wisdom? And then that's like what we want to live into the world and be a leader, be an example of.
Yeah, absolutely. You bring that into everything that you do. And the most important thing is not what you're doing, but who you are being in the doing. Mm-hmm. Because we are human beings after all, not human doings.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So that's to figure out our passion, and passion comes from like our purpose, our destiny, our soul's calling. In terms of creating the future and seeing that vision, what else have you seen your students or the people around you do to effectively build that and inspire the people around them and influence them to make the biggest impact possible?
Okay, so to manifest what they desire and help others to manifest the same, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So manifesting is about raising your vibration, right? Because if you are in this vibration, this is the quality of life and people you attract. If you want this stuff, no matter how much you pray, it ain't coming down to match you, right? You have to raise your vibration to match it. And you do that by having an attitude of gratitude, by being grateful and thankful for everything. If you can't think of anything, think of the peace in our country, the beautiful blue skies, the different shades of green. Start somewhere, okay? Your family, your friends, we have got so much to be grateful for, but that raises your vibration. And it comes down to seeing, feeling, hearing what it is that you desire as though you have it now.
Yeah.
Tap into it, shine a light on it. The moment you make a slight adjustment, we're magnetic fields, so the moment you make a slight adjustment and shine that light on that which you want, then you are going to draw it towards you.
Wow.
And here's a beautiful thing. When you hold that thought, that feeling, you close your eyes, you feel it, you see it, you sense it as though it is now, really feel the feeling, and you hold it for 68 seconds, you actually trigger a response. And what happens is you raise your vibration, and from your heart center, this energy bursts through your field and it activates a response in the universe that draws it to you. 68 seconds. I mean, please, we can all do that, right?
Oh my gosh. It's like one of the things I heard a while back is if people have challenges meditating, like really the act of meditating is just to stop and pause, right? So a lot of people go from one activity to the next in life, just like always on the go. And if we put space in between our activities and, when we're driving home, before we get out of our car and walk into our home, we can take a minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes to just sit there and breathe and get present again to create gaps, to create spaciousness in our life. And I hear that this is, 68 seconds is nothing. Like we could literally have a discipline, a routine of every time we get in our car, for 68 seconds, we visualize, we manifest, we feel it, we experience that, and then pull it towards us.
Yeah, absolutely. The interesting thing is, at the end of the day, all we're ever chasing is a feeling anyway. If you want that Ferrari, or you want that successful business, or if you want that man, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you think that you need to be happy, you're chasing a feeling, because the moment you think that when you have it, it's going to make you feel a certain way. In 68 seconds, you can feel that, whether you have it or not, right? You can activate the feeling. We're all chasing a feeling. But when you activate the feeling and hold it, these things are then drawn to you. And if we, I'm very much into obviously manifesting and doing your vision board and what have you. Right. But the most important thing with your vision board is to not look at it as though it's things that you want. You need to look at it as though it is your life. And for me personally, I touch mine. I say, oh my goodness, I activate excitement, right? My goodness, this is my life. I love my life. Thank you. Wow. So I'm saying this is my life. Wow. I love my life. And thank you is the gratitude that opens the doorway to allow this to come to you. Because if we look at it as though it's what we want, it's always going to be out there somewhere. It's not in our present moment. I'm saying I haven't got it. I want it. What we need to do is say, I have it and thank you. And let it be drawn to you. Because do you know what? Everything that you wants you just as much as you want it. Yes. It's just waiting for you to be a vibrational match.
Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this conversation. I love the specifics. I know you're like, we could do this all day long.
Absolutely. How come I've only got an hour? What's going on?
Well, I go for 12.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm just kidding. Joanne, this is awesome. I love the specific language, though. The oh my goodness is like the shock, because I think that a lot of people are in this kind of tranquilized, like even keel kind of energy, and to how do we jump ourselves up to that higher vibration? Well, it's like, like push ourselves and excitement, surprise, like that's a great way to amplify us up a couple, notches. And then this is my life. It's like you claim it, you own it. I love my life. It's like love. Oh man. And then thank you is the gratitude. It's the acknowledgement that it is so. And I love that formula. I'm totally using that, Joanne. That is awesome.
You know what? Keep it simple.
Yes.
Everything is simple. We as humans overcomplicate everything. We think it needs to be complex and big. I've got a big problem. I need a big solution. How can something so simple help me? Bring your problem down to its simplest form, and it's always extraordinarily simple, and then your simple solution works. Right. We overcomplicate everything. It doesn't need to be that way.
I love it. I love it when it's easy. I love it. What are some other ways that we can make things more simple and more easy for ourselves? Tell us about some times where you've seen people making things complex, more difficult, and how we can simplify those, or how you help them simplify those.
Okay, so things are more complex because we move into the role of victim. It's happening to me, it's big, it's grand, it becomes part of your story. Something you chat about with girlfriends when you're having a cuppa. Oh my God, you don't believe what's happening to me. Woe is me, poor me, I've got this going on. And all you're doing is feeding that monster, right? So it's not serving you, and it's really not gaining you any friends, because who wants to hang out with people that are a really low depressing vibration? You want to hang out with people that are passionate and motivated and inspiring. But so we make things bigger than Ben-Hur to start with, and we're too caught up in the thoughts and the head. And all I say to people, again, I'm keeping it extraordinarily simple, right? So point to me, Chris. Yep, you know where I am. Great. Now I want you to point to yourself. Okay. no one, and I have done this in a room with 1,000 people, no one has ever gone like this. This is me. So I go, why do you listen to the bullshit in your head if this is where you are? Like, you are here in your heart center. Your heart would never speak and behave in the way you are carrying on right now. Get out of the bullshit, into here, and everything will be extraordinarily different. And people will often say, I have trouble listening to the voice of my heart. By simply placing two fingers on your heart and asking the question, the voice of your heart becomes louder, more clearer than the bullshit that's up in your head here. So easy. It's easy.
Let's go through that. Let's go through that one again. The two fingers over the heart. Tell us more about that.
Okay, it's tapping into your heart center. It's heart consciousness. It's love. It's light. It's soul. It's passion. It's purpose. That stuff isn't of the head.
Right.
It's here. And, what is, I choose to be of service. What is it I need to do? And put your fingers on your heart center and listen to that guidance. It is all extraordinarily simple, and embrace your passion. Embrace your passion. Don't do the mundane thing that, a lot of people stay stuck in their job, because I understand we've all got bills to pay, right? And the bills aren't going to stop. But find a passion. And your current job might be serving a purpose right now, and that's fantastic. But enjoy it. Love the fact that it is serving a purpose right now.
Yeah.
Whilst you find your passion and move into that. But I guarantee you, start by saying yes, and the universe will very rapidly unfold. The universe is highly intelligent, self-organizing and self-balancing. And you say yes, and everything has to align. It's aligning every moment of every day.
Right.
Every thought, every feeling, every action that every person on the planet takes changes everything constantly. The state of our planet right now is because of the collective consciousness. We are constantly contributing to it. So make your thoughts good ones, make your feelings good ones, radiate an amazing energy, and help us, shift the level of consciousness on the planet to a much higher space. But it starts with your heart center.
Yeah.
Who are you? What is it you are born for? And all of us, there's an element of service. There's always an element of service.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I know people who just say they want to make money, and that's their dream, to make money, and it's like, and they don't want to be of service. Like, that's not their value. It's like, come on, like it's inherent in human beings to want to connect. Like, we are empathetic. We feel each other by nature. We want others to feel good by nature. To have others feel good, then we can be of service to them. We can do things that serve them, that help them, that, opening the door, giving them a gift, saying hi, acknowledging them, appreciating them. That's service.
Life lessons, and the universe will leave no one untouched. So those friends that are all about making money, they will get a little nudge or a big nudge.
Yep.
It happens to all of us.
Yep.
It makes you sit there and realize what's really important and what isn't. So, it's there for all of us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So if someone wanted to be their greatest possible self, what guidance would you give them?
Okay. So I have a book, an instant download, a PDF, which I'm going to be offering all of your listeners.
Okay.
And
thank you.
So I'll actually sort of take a little extract from that.
Yep.
Let's look at the acronym, the word success. All right, that's the acronym I'm going to use. So success, you want to start by setting your goals. It's extraordinarily important to have goals, because you need to have something to work towards, and something that drives you. And for me personally, I always create a deadline. I thrive under pressure. So, and never let yourself down. Choose to never let yourself down, right? So I'll move on to the next one. I'll get into the why as we work our way through. So S is for setting your goal. U is for understanding the necessary steps. So you want to chunk your goal down and understand why all these steps are necessary. And by chunking it down, we're making it achievable, right?
Right.
So where the wheel's not going to fall off the wagon anytime soon because it's not bigger than Ben-Hur. We know the next step is just this one here.
Right.
And then we have we've got C, which is basically clear any doubt. This is where CTC comes in, cut the crap. The self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, the negative emotions, the fears, get rid of it all, okay? And obviously various methods to do that. CTC is extraordinarily powerful. Then we have another C, which is basically have a very clear mental image. And we spoke about seeing it, feeling it, hearing it, sensing it as though it is. Have an extraordinarily clear mental image. E, embrace your path and your passion. Say yes. Say yes, and let this fire burn bright in you. Be the brightest light in the street, and the people will come. Another S, stay. S. That was E. Embrace your passion. S, stay focused. Now, here's an important one. People don't lack motivation. You have a lot of people that say they're not motivated. No one lacks motivation. They just lack a big enough why. We would do anything for our children. If we were told that we had to climb the highest mountain to get a little vial of medicine that would save our child's life, we would do it in a heartbeat. But too many people let themselves down. Find your big enough why. Do it for yourself, because let me tell you, the best gift you can give your children is by you living a healthy, successful, passionate life and being an example to them and the world anyway. So embrace your path and passion. And then the final S is show up as yourself, shine your light, share your gift with the world, because you are here right now because the world needs you. The world needs your contribution. The world needs to learn from you and needs you to be your brightest, best, greatest possible successful self.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Joanne, that is an epic acronym, and I love that we got to dive into that. So amazing. And I love the work that you're doing, and I know our audience loves it too. I love this conversation. I know our audience does too, and they want more. I'm sure of it. So how can they take that next step with you to stay connected and continue the journey with you, Joanne?
Okay, so you can join me on Facebook, obviously. Also, visit my website. I've got a free download on the homepage. It's a 7-step formula to success, which actually covers some of what we've spoken about. And in the back of that instant download, there is a $100 voucher for you, which you use to, it's a $100 discount off a CTC session. But for your listeners, for the first 10 people that contact me, I'm going to give you a further $50 off.
Wow.
So, that's there for you guys. I so very much look forward to connecting with you all and being here for you. Say yes, say yes, say yes. That's all you need to do. Say yes to the universe.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Joanne, thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for the work that you do in the world, spreading your light. And just, I love how your challenge mindset, like, I'm not going to be dealing with this tomorrow, so let's get it done today. I love that.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Joanne. We'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.